accurate. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 6.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us. Caroline has the night off. The former First Lady of Indiana, Susan Bai, has died at the age of 61. Her family released a statement this morning saying she passed away after years of battling brain cancer. Her husband, former Governor Evan Bai, served in that role from 1989 to 1997. That made Mrs. Bai the 46th First Lady of Indiana and the youngest in 150 years. She took on that role when she was just 29 years old. Current Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb released a statement on her passing saying, quote, "Janet and I were saddened to learn about the passing of former First Lady Susan Bai. She was an extraordinary and radiant public servant, wife, mother, and friend who leaves a remarkable impact on our state and nation. I ask all Hoosiers to join us in praying and being there for the Bai family." New at 6, a man is behind bars after police say he hit and killed a pedestrian with his car in LaPorte County. It happened just after 10 p.m. last night. The Michigan City Police Department responded to the 3500 block of East U.S. Highway 12. Take a look at your screen. This is where authorities say they found 57-year-old Michigan City resident Raymond Gaston laying on the pavement unresponsive. Officers did try and revive him, but it was too late. Gaston died from his injuries. Police do believe that drugs did play a factor in the accident. 20-year-old Parker DePalma of Michigan City was arrested for operating while intoxicated. He's set to be in court on Monday morning. And new at 6, an update to breaking news we brought you last night. We now know the name of a man who was killed in a crash that sent 6 others to the hospital, including 5 children. Authorities say the head-on collision between the 2 vehicles happened on Grant Road and Wilson Manor Drive. The driver of one of the vehicles was pronounced dead at the scene and identified as 32-year-old Steven Stopczynski of North Liberty. His 13-year-old passenger was transported to Riley Children's Hospital with serious spinal injuries. The other driver, 31-year-old Cassandra Zerwinski of Mishawaka, and her 4 children suffered minor injuries. Coronavirus cases and hospitalizations are improving in Michigan and Indiana. And new at 6, health experts are concerned this progress could be ruined this Super Bowl Sunday. WSBT 22's Erica Finke is at the live desk. And Erica, they say many Super Bowl activities are dangerous during a pandemic.
Between yelling at the screen, reaching for the same food, and sitting close together, it could be a perfect storm for the virus to get carried away. That's why local health experts are asking you to play it safe this Sunday.
Well, I just want it to not become the super spreader bowl.
Super Bowl Sunday, a time of the year notorious for rowdy gatherings and lots of finger food. Especially with variants of the coronavirus popping up across the United States, health officials are urging you to celebrate differently this Sunday.
And if you're watching the Super Bowl this weekend, do it safely by gathering virtually or only with members of your own household.
Please be mindful that we have to do this differently this year while we are still seeing so much virus in our communities.
Dr. Mark Fox says he understands people want to get together on Sunday, but hopes they can do it in a safe way. He recommends keeping groups to 10 people or less in a space that allows for masking and distancing. Most restaurants and bars already have increased air circulation, but opening windows will help cross-ventilation if you're celebrating at home. And he says keeping the volume down will be important.
If the music or the volume on the TV is really loud and people have to raise their voice to be heard, that increases the projection of droplets.
Serving food will also have to look different. Multiple people around a food table and everyone touching the utensils could create more risk. Serving pre-packaged Super Bowl snacks is a safer alternative to self-serving buffet-styled food.
Don't have everyone dig into the same box of pizza and grab their own slice. Really, the host or hostess should kind of divvy those things out so people get their plate that's already prepared, basically.
Dr. Fox says there is concern for people at bars or restaurants because there's more people and then also more opportunity for transmission for a prolonged period of time. And that's where if you'll be celebrating, wear a mask unless you're drinking or eating, and that will help prevent transmission. And as exciting as the game is, try your best not to yell or scream. At the live desk, I'm Erica Finke, WSBT 22 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm meteorologist Bob Warner in tonight for Lynette Grant. And we'll take a look at our farthest west sky camera, the one up at South Haven Beach. Fresh snow on the beach up there on the ice shelf. For the moment, at least, the waves don't look all that threatening, but it's been a pretty rough day up there. And those folks are getting the leading edge of some snow that's soon going to cover our entire viewing area. There's an area of snow making its way slowly but surely in our direction. It stretches all the way south to central Missouri, and it looks like it'll move through here in the next several hours or so, probably amounting to 1 to 3 inches depending on where you live. That's just one of 2 weather issues that we've got going right now. There is a winter weather advisory for our 2 Michigan counties and LaPorte County in Indiana because of that snowfall. That ends tomorrow morning around sunrise or so. But all the rest of our area, with the exception of the 2 easternmost counties, also have a wind chill advisory overnight tonight with dangerous levels of wind chill. Current temperatures are in the mid-teens, but you add in the westerly winds and we're already down in the single digits for wind chills. We'll be going down into the sub-zero area overnight with wind chills as well. We'll have all the rest of the weekend weather details in a couple of minutes, Max.
All right, Bob, thanks. New at 6, 500 students in Benton Harbor will soon have desks to use for at-home learning. The Benton Harbor Sunrise Rotary Club spent a good part of today building those desks for students in need. The club was approached by 2 men who got the idea after seeing a similar initiative on the national news. They took donations and raised more than $6,000. Today, they were able to construct about 60 of the 500 desks that will be distributed throughout the community.
Especially in this time where there's so much challenges in the world, to know that we're doing something positive for the community, I think it's a great feeling. We're really changing lives forever.
13 desks have already been distributed through the Benton Harbor Boys and Girls Club, with many more to come. In honor of Black History Month, a Notre Dame student has started a social media campaign to teach the community more about local and national Black history. Emoja Roberson started a radio show called Black at Notre Dame after the George Floyd protests this summer, with the goal of highlighting the Black experience at the school. He says it's important to have uncomfortable conversations about race to move forward, and that sometimes Notre Dame can be challenging for Black students who make up less than 5% of the campus demographic. He thinks his show can help faculty listen and learn how to support those students.
An ongoing effort to ensure that the minorities who are on your campus feel as if, 1, you're listening to them, and 2, that you're supporting them by bringing on people who understand their experiences and showing them that, yes, we care. But you have to be intentional about it.
WSBT 22's Selena Guevara will have more on this story tonight at 10 and 11. Veterans in our area got their chance to receive their first dose of the coronavirus vaccine. Coming up next, what it means to vaccinate those who served our country. And here's a live look outside, where you will want to continue to take it easy on the roads as some still have layers of ice. Bob will be back with a look at your forecast.
First to cover breaking news with Caroline Torrey. Your accurate storm alert forecast with meteorologist Lynette Grant. And sports with Samantha Waddell. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 6.
And new at 6, local veterans had an opportunity to get their first dose of the coronavirus vaccine today. The St. Joseph County VA clinic set up shop to vaccinate 510 veterans this afternoon. Eligible veterans who received their first dose today will come back on March 6th to receive their second dose. To qualify, veterans needed to be enrolled in the Northern Indiana Veterans Affairs System. The clinic's operating director, Andy Anjos, says it's important to get vaccinated to help keep not just the veterans safe, but also the general public.
We fight on behalf of the veterans, including this fight against the coronavirus. So it is important to every veterans and also civilians to get vaccinated so that we can go to a normal way of life as we did it before.
Deputy Medical Director Dr. William Fox says the vaccination clinic today was a way to give back to the brave men and women who served our country.
Serving in the military, you're protecting our country. So this is our way of helping protect them by offering them the vaccine. They're grateful. They're happy that we are able to offer that to them.
If you are a veteran, be sure to enroll in the Northern Indiana Veterans Affairs System, which can be done online or in person at the clinic. More than 109,000 people have received an accidental message from the IRS saying they would not get a stimulus check. The agency sent letters stating that either part of or all of their money would go to cover 2007 taxes. The letter was supposed to let people know that the IRS had not processed their 2019 return, so it could not issue their first relief payment. Those people can still receive their stimulus, but they will have to claim the recovery rebate credit on their 2020 tax return and wait for a refund.
And it looks pretty dry and quiet in downtown Goshen at this hour. That will be changing very, very soon. In the meantime, here are the statistics for today. Our low so far was 5 degrees, afternoon high 18. Sunrises tomorrow actually at 7:50. We'll have all the forecast details right after the break.
Now, your accurate Storm Alert weather forecast with meteorologist Bob Werner.
Well, traffic is still moving nicely along the Grape Road corridor tonight in Mishawaka, but again, there will be some snowflakes that will be impeding progress overnight tonight. We are looking for snow showers overnight across our region, some system snow, light snow, but nonetheless some snow, and very cold, and then mostly cloudy and very cold again tomorrow too, with some snow showers possible very late in the day. But the main theme for right through next week is sub-zero wind chills and below normal temperatures and rounds of snow. So winter has definitely gotten itself established. We already have a couple of alerts to mention to you. First of all, a winter weather advisory for Berrien and Cass County in Michigan and LaPorte County in Indiana, primarily due to the accumulating snow that will be affecting them a little bit more heavily than the rest of our viewing area. But the rest of our viewing area, including those counties, has a wind chill advisory up until around midday tomorrow due to extremely cold wind chills overnight tonight. But the immediate problem, as we said, is the snow that's moving in. You can see it very clearly on live storm tracker radar. In another hour or so, every place in our viewing area will be seeing some light snow, and that will continue for a while. You can see again how it stretches down into central Missouri, and it's making its way slowly but surely in our direction. This is not a blockbuster storm, but certainly a wintry system nonetheless. We're down to 15 degrees at the airport right now, and most locations across the area in the mid-teens. But when you factor in the winds, we're well down into the single digits. We don't see any sub-zero wind chills just yet, except over in Chicago. And again, those will be developing overnight as well. Here's a look at our national satellite and radar picture. Lots of messy weather to our south, where most of the energy is concentrated along the jet stream, which is well south of our area now, which has allowed this huge cold air mass to invade most of the eastern portion of the country and relegating the warm air to just the southwest corner of the United States. And you can see this little area of snow that's moving through our through the Midwest. Actually, a lot of folks are going to get a dusting or more overnight tonight. But again, nothing serious, nothing that we can't handle here locally. We see lots of snow, obviously, in a normal year. 12 degrees for a high temperature expected tomorrow. Single digits not far to our northwest. Well, let's try to time things out for you on Futurecast. Here's the snow this evening and this overnight snow tonight that's going to be moving out of here. Should be out of here by sunrise. And then again, as we move through to the day tomorrow, varying amounts of cloudiness. And as we get into Monday, a more serious area of snow will be developing later on in the day and continuing overnight on Monday night. 1 to 3 inches expected here locally. But the main thing, again, is wind chills. We're looking at sub-zero wind chills during the day tomorrow and throughout overnight tonight, I should say, and throughout the day tomorrow until we finally get to a positive situation on Monday. So snow showers, very cold, 1 to 3 inches of accumulation, 3 degrees for a low tonight, 12 degrees for a high tomorrow with wind chills perhaps as low as 15 below zero. And as you can see over the next few days, temperatures will struggle to top out at 20 degrees. We'll have several chances of our first below zero reading of the year max and plenty of lake effect and other types of snow developing too. No blockbuster systems, but a real taste of winter ongoing.
Yeah, winter's here to stay for sure.
Indeed.
All right, Bob, thanks. Fighting Irish men's basketball taking the court against Georgia Tech in a few hours. Next in sports, Samantha tells us what head coach Mike Brey has to say about his team finding their rhythm.
The sports segment on WSBT 22 is sponsored by your Platinum Chevy dealers. Now, sports with Samantha Waddell.
Notre Dame men's basketball back in action tonight as they look to build on a recent trend of great play. Notre Dame has won 2 in a row in 4 of their last 5 games, following an 0-5 start to ACC play. Mike Brey points to 2 areas that have fueled this run: better defense and more intensity in the second half. In fact, each of Notre Dame's 2 wins the last week, the Irish outscored their opponents by double digits. It's a trend that Mike Brey says he would like to continue.
Can that be a trait of ours, you know, where we start second halves really, really well? And I'm pleased we've done it 2 games in a row.
I think just coming out and being aggressive and throwing the first punch has been key. And we've been doing a good job this past couple weeks, so just continuing to do that is an area of focus for us.
Notre Dame kicking off their two-game road series tonight as they take on Georgia Tech. Tip-off is set for 8 p.m. The Irish will play Duke on Tuesday. Fighting Irish hockey team is skating past the competition on the road as they look for their third straight win. The Irish are 6-1 on the road this season, while 3-8-1 at home. Irish looking to sweep the Buckeyes for their third straight win and their 7th road win of the season after dominating them last night in a 6-1 victory. We're going to start this game in the first period. And Graham Slaggert, he's going to get some action early. And he is going to send it over to Thyssen. And they are going to get the first goal with a power play. They're 1-2 and goal. It's in. Irish come in for the weekend, 4-40 on the power play this weekend and have had 1 in each game. Now we're going to go the straightaway. It is Spencer Staffney in a second, and he's going to score this right here to put the Irish up 2-0. We're going to go to the second period. You got to celebrate, though. Second period of this game, Irish, they're leading by 3, and they're about to make it 4 with a Cam Burke goal. It's gorgeous. Got to celebrate. Pierce Crawford, he wants in on a little bit of this goal-making action as he slips in a gorgeous goal. The Irish, they cannot be stopped as they take a 5-0 lead over the Buckeyes. We're now going to go to the third period. A lot more magic happening. Irish leading 6-0. Graham Slaggert to Nick Liverman for his second goal of the day. Irish lead 7-0. Pierce Crawford wants another one, and he's going to send it to Slaggert Baca for the 8th goal of the night. Notre Dame sweeps the Buckeyes 8-1 in victory. Now the 24th ranked Purdue Boilermakers coming off their first road win in a month as they fell to Maryland on Tuesday. The Boilermakers lead the Terrapins for the game in the final minutes as the half of the Terrapins went 6-0 run to defeat Purdue by 1 point. Boilermakers looking to bounce back from that loss as they host Northwestern, who hasn't played this month after their game against Michigan was postponed. That game is now in the fourth quarter. Purdue leads 68-59. Super Bowl 55's quarterback matchup is one of the most anticipated in years, as many who consider the GOAT, greatest of all time, Tom Brady, facing the kid, the baby GOAT, young superstar Patrick Mahomes. Tom Brady's won 6 Super Bowls with the Patriots and is trying to lead the Bucs to their second Super Bowl win. Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes is 6-1 in the postseason, and his only loss was to Tom Brady in 2019 in the AFC Championship game. Patrick was 5 when Brady won his very first Super Bowl. Now, 20 years later, he faces Brady as he tries to bring home back-to-back Super Bowl victories.
Win or lose, you just got to lay it all on the line. I think it's a great game to play in because everyone's watching.
The goal is to win as many Super Bowls as possible and to be playing this game every single year. And so I'm going to have that mindset every single time I hit the field is I'm trying to get back in this game and I'm trying to win it.
And calling the game for CBS is 2 greats in their own regard, Jim Nantz and Tony Romo.
Couldn't write a better script for us going into this game.
This is the biggest game Patrick Mahomes will ever play in for the rest of his career. It's the only way to catch Tom Brady.
And the Chiefs just arrived in Tampa for tomorrow's Super Bowl. Super exciting. It's hard to believe that the Super Bowl is tomorrow night at 6:30 on CBS. We'll have all the action for you after the game. Some good stuff.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it, Samantha. Thanks. We'll be right back.
Light snow overspreading our area as we speak. 1 to 3 inches tonight. The basic theme, though, over the next 7 days max is very cold temperatures, much below normal, as you can see. And we might even get down to sub-zero temperature levels, which we haven't seen for over 2 years.
Wow, lots of snow and very cold.
Yeah, it's winter, right?
Yeah, we'll take it, I guess.
Such a deal.
Yeah. All right, our next news is at 10 on Fox Michiana and back here at 11. We'll see you then.